Alright, this is the story about how I'm responsible for the Sooners losing the 2008 BCS game. So this story, oddly enough, begins in Denver. I was doing this internship in Denver. It was for a company called Campus Speak. It's a college speakers agency. I did the marketing for them. And they put all the interns in this little townhouse. And I lived with the 3 other interns who were named Jen, Thorne, and Leanne. Now, Leanne, she was from California, and I don't know if anyone's from California, but I don't particularly like people from California generally. I know, I'm sorry if you're from California, but generally, there are some good people from California, but for the most part, I know, time. But I don't particularly like California people. So, Leanne, she was from, and Northern California is cool, so, like San Francisco, there we go, alright. San Francisco's totally cool. Southern California, LA, Hollywood, San Diego, no. Alright, so she was from Southern California. She was from LA.
So she was awesome.
She talked on the phone all the time. She had this boyfriend, but she'd like tell me that like marriage was demeaning to women. I just had nothing to do, whatever. Thorne was from Natchitoches, Louisiana. He was this little guy, and he liked to tell me his stripper name was Thorn Daddy. His actual name was Anthony, but he went by Thorne. Whatever. Jen, she was from North Carolina, and she actually I kind of became friends with, and I still talk to her sometimes. But anyway, at some point while we lived there, it was about 6 months, Jen and Thorne hooked up. So they hated each other after that, of course. But she also had a boyfriend back in North Carolina who was, oddly enough, her professor. And she's 2 for 3 on sleeping with her thesis advisors, but that's not important. So I became friends with Jen, though. Didn't really become friends with Thorne. Didn't really become friends with Leanne. So anyway, so as we were finishing up our internship, she was going to Cincinnati to do a master's. I was going to Springfield, Missouri, to do a master's degree. So then, when we both finished, she finished in Cincinnati. She was going to Florida, and I was going to OU. And as it came close to the championship time, I was like, hey, it looks like Florida and OU are going to be in the championship together. We should go to the championship and then hang out, because I haven't seen you in like 2 years. So we agreed, and Florida and OU were in the championship. So we ended up going, and I was like, hey, I'm coming down already. Why don't I come down for New Year's Eve and we'll hang out? So I did. And it was New Year's Eve, and I came down, and so we went out to this place for New Year's Eve. And do you want to guess who shows up at this place we're at on New Year's Eve?
Thorn Daddy.
No, he lives in Louisiana. No.
The quarterback for Florida.
Jen's
Who
boyfriend.
was at the time? St. Tebow. Tim Tebow shows up on New Year's Eve. So I'm sitting there, I'm like 15 feet from Tim Tebow, a week before the championship. So I'm texting all my friends, hey, I'm 15 feet from Tim Tebow, what should I do?
Break his knees.
And that's what they're texting me back, break his leg. Of course, I didn't do that. So I didn't break his leg because he had like 3 offensive line around him. He was flanked by them. And then the next week, Tim Tebow I need to drink some water. Took over the game and won the national championship. So I'm responsible because I had the opportunity to break Tim Tebow's leg. I didn't do it. I would have ended up in jail that time. So I had the opportunity to break Tim Tebow's leg, and I didn't do it. And then he took over the game, and that's why I'm responsible for the Sooners losing the 2008 BCS game. And there you can stop.